Hi everyone, this is Carla from C-Law Plans, and I am going to do a Commit30 haul and unboxing type video. I purchased 3 items from the Commit30 warehouse sale, and I'm just going to go over all of these items with you and let you know my opinions and also let you know how I plan on using them. Now, I already own the fitness journal from this company, and I already know that I love the quality, I love the size of the planner and journals, and I love the soft bound. The paper is amazing too. So from the warehouse sale, I decided to purchase a daily planner that has 1 page per day and it is undated. I also purchased an ideas notebook in addition to an adventure journal. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and please feel free to ask if you have any questions at the end. Okay, here are all of the books that are unwrapped. They are all 3 of them are soft bound and they are A5 size. And they would look really, really nice on a shelf together because they're all the same thickness as well. And so that's one thing that I have found that I really like about my journal shelf is everything is kind of uniformed as far as size. And I've fallen in love with softbound. I didn't realize I would love softbound until I did Passion Planner. And once I tried Passion Planner, I realized how much I loved just the feel of the softbound planners and the little bit of flexibility of them as well. So this is the adventure journal, and then you have a plain notebook, and then you have a daily. So I think I'm going to start with the daily, and I'll just do a really quick flip through. So all 3 of the books come with the elastic band closure. And the daily comes with 1 sheet of stickers, and these are glossy stickers. And so if you ever wanted to write on your water tracker, you would have to use some sort of permanent marker on them as well, in addition to your step counter. So all of the planners they have are vegan leather softbound covers. They also have the elastic band closure, which is glued into the back. The paper that they use is an eco-friendly paper, and it's 100 GSM. And I have used their stuff before, and I've never had any issues with bleeding or really any shadowing either. And so when you come into the daily planner, the first thing that you will see is just your 30 days of commitment and the reason why you should do it, your name, your commitment for this year, and then information if it is found. And I've always looked at this one, and 30 days of no caffeine. Personally, I'm not sure I could do that. It's a very good challenge though. So then you come into your kind of title header page, and then you have a year at a glance. So because this is undated, it starts at 2018, and then it goes 2019, 2020, and 2021. There is no 2022. Now, I do not know if there is going to be a new and updated version of this since we are already in 2021. I think it would be great if you had the 3 years following that instead of the 3 years prior to that. These numbers on these dates are quite small. I personally do not use the transparent date dots. I know a lot of people do, and I do not know if those would fit on these without having to overlap. But you also have the US holidays down at the bottom, and then you have a little notes section down there as well that is a dot grid. And so you can put a habit tracker down there if you needed to, or you can do any additional days of remembrance that you observe as well. Now, the next page that you'll come on to is a My Vision. And so this is just kind of little bullet points of what you can do if you want to focus on any particular area of life. And then after that, you come into your monthly goals overview. So this is kind of like a little bit of a mind map, but it's just a bullet points as well. And it says to use each month's goals page to create a detailed action step for each goal. And so there's 12 months, and so there's 12 goals. And so this is step 2 of the goal setting. And then step 3 is your daily action steps. This is basically saying how you can use this particular planner. So again, because it's undated, you fill in the date and you circle the day of the week. You write your commitment for the day. You have to-dos over here in 2 separate sections. You have an hourly timeline. There is no half hours, it is just hours, and it goes from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then you have other areas down here that you can really use for anything. There's 3 bullet points in each section, and then there's a blank spot here. And then you have gratitude down here. So this is just kind of an example of how you can use that daily page. And then it says step 4, track each day and use the 30-day checklist to show each day that you worked towards your goal, because tracking is a big part of working towards goals or completing or committing to things as well. And it says step 5, if you're comfortable, to share your goals. When you turn this page, you'll come to a notes and projects .grid page, and then you'll have kind of a cover page as well. All of the cover pages that I've seen in all of their products that I have so far are a black background with a kind of goldish brown lettering. Personally, I really like it a lot because it's very neutral, it's very gender neutral, and I just really like those 2 colors together. And then again, it's undated, so you come into a monthly spread and you do fill out the days of the week, the month, and then the numbers as well. And then it has a commitment for the whole month, and then you have this whole area, which is .grid for notes as well. So you can put bills on this side, you can build a habit tracker down here, and this is just a really flexible area as well. And then you come into your daily pages. So again, I kind of already showed you on the previous pages what they look like, but this is just a clean, unmarked version. So you have a life to do and a work to do. Personally, I really don't like the 2 separate to-do categories. I am a full-time mom, and yes, I could do my work to do as my homemaking and my homeschool for my kids, but I personally would much rather just a long to-do list instead of having them separated out into specific titles. And then down here at the bottom, you have 3 sections with 3 checkboxes. You have a blank section here, and then you have a gratitude part right here. And this just repeats every single day. You get 1 day per page. And because it is undated, you can skip weekends if you need to. You can just work in this book for the days that you are super busy. Personally, I got this book because I've used the Passion Planner daily, and I actually really liked using it, but I had a really hard time because you had the daily stuff on this side, and then on this side was just a blank journal page. And I really felt committed to filling up that page so I wouldn't have any wasted space in the book. And this is a little bit more streamlined. It's a little bit more task-oriented in my opinion. And I think it will be a lot easier for me to feel like I don't have to fill up that extra blank space. And again, it is undated, so I can use it on really busy days that I have appointments or busy days for my kids' school. And I can also use these sections down here to track my personal type stuff as well. So you basically go through and you have 31 pages per month. And so this is the 31st page, and then you come into another break, and then you go into a, wait a minute, was that on the first month and I missed it? Hang on. Oh, it was. Ha! I missed that page. Sorry about that. Okay. So before each month you have, I was wondering what that tracker thing said. So here I was really confused because I'm like, what tracker? I don't see a tracker. Now I know. Now I see the tracker. So before each monthly spread, you have goals that you want to work on this month, the action steps you're going to take to do those goals, and then you just answer these questions down here as well. And then you do your monthly tracking. So you basically fill out your daily page, and then you come back to this page here prior to the monthly spread, which is here. And then you check off each day that you did your monthly goal or commitment. And that could be something as simple as drinking 2 liters of water, or like the book said, having no caffeine, any commitment that you want to make for that 30 days. And so you have that prior to the next month as well. And then your blank spread, and then you go straight into the dailies, and you have that repeating for 6 whole months. And every single month is a different phrase. Now, at the back of the book, you have .grid note pages, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 .grid note pages. And then you come to the close of the book and you also have an expandable pocket here as well. And so this is a 6-month undated planner, and it is a 5 size. It comes in 3 separate colors. So let's move on to the next thing I purchased. So the next thing I purchased was just a notebook. It is also a 5 size with the same paper, the same type of cover, different color, and it has a different little design on it as well. It's kind of like a little idea light bulb with the word notebook and a bunch of little icons in it. So when you come into this book, you have your same design that you have on the front, and then you come into your kind of title page. I don't really know what to call these. And then you have this page here. I will have to go back and read the description on the website. So I purchased all of these items through the Commit30 warehouse sale. And so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just needed an extra journal. So I just picked this up. And so I don't really know what the intended use is for these unless it is something similar to the tracking in the daily, that you can write what you did towards each goal, use it for really whatever you want. And then you have a dot grid page here. You have a notes and journal blank page, and then you have a graph page. And then you have a blank page, and then you go back into a title page. So again, this was a very last minute purchase. I did not really read the description on the website. I just grabbed it because I needed an extra journal and an extra place to write things. Now that I have it in front of me and now that I am flipping through it, I think it would definitely be much better geared towards work projects maybe, or even if, like, I might even actually see if my husband would be interested in using this because he's doing a lot of wood building projects, and I think this would be a great list for him to write out all the items he needs for that project. He can sketch the project here. He can write the dimensions and stuff here. He can even use this to print off a photo from an internet website of what he wants it to look like when it's finished. And then, you know, he could definitely use this for all of that type of stuff, and it would be in one kind of easy space. So I'm not going to be able to use this for a functional journal for me personally, but it does have a lot of really great use for projects. And I do think that if you were sketching projects, this would be a great thing to do. Or even if you were like planning travel trips, maybe this could be a list of things to buy. This page could be all of your itinerary. And then you still have plenty of other spaces within that one little section before you get into your next page break. And then it basically just repeats. So you have your numbers, you have your dot grid, blank, blank, graph, blank. So this actually repeats through about half of the book. And so you can kind of see where all of the little gray lines are. And then the other last half of the book is just blank pages. And so the last half of the book is dot grid on one side, blank on the other, dot grid, blank, dot grid, blank. And so the last half of the book is pretty unstructured, but this first half, I'll see if I can show you here. So you see this first half right here is all of that structured. You get a specific number of pages before you take a break for that title page. And so I might actually see if my husband would be able to use this more than I would, because it's not really going to be used for what I wanted it for, which is fine. So I don't mind having an extra notebook on hand. And then the last thing that I am going to show you is actually what I am most excited for. So this is actually the reason I purchased from the warehouse sale. So this, as you saw at the beginning of the video, came pre-wrapped, but it said that it was imperfect. So I don't know how they knew it was imperfect without taking the wrapping off and without looking in the book. So we'll see if we can find any imperfections. But this is an adventure journal. So when we had kids, my husband and I decided that every family trip we would ever take would also include a national park. And so I am actually going to be using this to kind of back plan all of our previous trips. We've seen several national parks already, and I've got everything kind of saved on my camera roll, and I've got several pictures printed out and stuff already, but I'm going to use this to kind of have everything documented for our trips. And so you come into this page and then you have your adventure page here, who to return it to, and you want to see the world. So here is kind of like a little bit of a bucket list of things that you want to do, things that you want to see, what experiences you want to have. And then it says your story starts here. It's about to get epic. And so again, you have a listed bucket list. Personally, I'm going to use this for all of the national parks in the entire US. And I will probably need some extra pages, which is fine, or I'll double up, you know, if there's multiple that are close to each other in a state, because I have a list elsewhere and we're slowly marking things off. And so that's what I'm going to use this for. And then you have here your miles log. Personally, I probably won't be using this because we drive everywhere we go and we hike everywhere we go, and we don't really keep track of miles. Like, distance and stuff is not really our goal for our adventures. Our goal is to show our kids the world, or the US anyway. And then you have a world map. And so you can use these. You can write like a tiny little one for each national park. Personally, I'm not going to do that because this is where we're staying. We're not going everywhere else. But you do have a world map for those broader places. And then you have a little phrase here, and then you have your first adventure. So where you're going, the dates you were there, and who you went with, and any trip notes that you have here. So personally, what I'm going to use this for are the sites that we saw, the hikes that we did, because I have a log also of like the name of the hikes. So when I take pictures, I could have a log of the day that we took the hike and the picture that was taken as well. And then I'm going to fill these pages up with, right now, just a bunch of pictures, because there's not a whole lot for me to journal with, because these are all past trips we've taken in the past years. In our future trips, we will probably do a little bit of journaling, and I'll take my Canon IV and I'll print out little pictures, and I'll fill this up kind of as a scrapbook. Now, the downside is you only get 3 pages per trip. A lot of our trips are several weeks long. So I think what I would do is the first place that we stopped, say we went to the Rocky Mountain National Park on specific days, I would do that here. But still within that same trip, we went to the Badlands, and I would write that trip here, the dates, and then of course my family, and then all of the sites that we saw. And so you only get those few pages, but it can definitely be modified and useful for me in particular for what I'm wanting to use this for. Now, if you're on an extremely long adventure and you don't want to have to divide every single thing up, then you might have to get a little bit more creative, or just do like continued adventure or something like that here. But I really do love the idea of this journal, and I'm extremely excited to fill all of this up and go back through all of our pictures on all of our family trips and just kind of write down everything and have everything in one neat spot, because this is one of those things that I will absolutely want to pass on to my children. And even when they're older, this would be a lot of fun to include them in and have them take the pictures and have them write. My daughter is 6.5 and she's just starting to learn how to write well to where it's legible. And so it's going to be great to have her fill some stuff out as well. And so you have about 3/4 of the book are the 3 pages for the actual trips. And then when you get to the back, it's all dot grid and blank pages. And so you can also add additional photos. You can add additional journals. You can tape in postcards. You can tape in a leaf that you found that was really cool or anything. So this is going to be probably one of my favorite things that I've purchased from Commit30. I'm actually extremely excited about this journal here. And it's a really great size. It's A5 size. And it's going to be super easy to take with me and just throw in all of my backpacks. And by the way, I can't find anything imperfect with this. So they must have insanely high quality standards, because I can't find anything wrong with this book at all. Like, I'm pretty excited that I got it during a warehouse sale. It was one of the journals that I was extremely excited about getting. and I truthfully can't find anything wrong with it. So kudos to them. So again, my purchases were the adventure journal, the ideas notebook, and the daily planner. I am probably not going to use the daily very often, but in the summer, I'm actually going to be doing homeschooling with both of my kids. And so I think that I'm going to need a really strict structure in the summer. And I think that I'm going to be using this in the summer, just Monday through Friday. I might actually do Monday through Wednesday with them, just 3 days a week, a super strict structure, and have a different assignment for every single hour. And then I can do all of my lesson plan over here. So that's the reason I got this. So again, super, super excited. Love this company. I love supporting Jenny, and I think that her products are amazing. Her paper is great. The softbound quality is wonderful. And if you have any questions, feel free to just drop a note down below in the comments. If I can't answer that, I'm sure that Jenny over at Commit30 will be able to answer it as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Have a good one.